Hey guys, what is up? What is happening? What's going on? Are you guys live? Are we live? Are we here? Are we happening? Oh my God, it's been a minute. Oh man, I'm sorry. It's been a minute. Yeah, we've had issues. It's been one thing after the other, and I got to get a show out here. And man, I don't know where these fools are, what these fools doing in Florida and Wisconsin and Georgia and India. I don't know where everybody at. Where the hell y'all at? We trying to do something here. I don't know why you've been gone. We're here. You guys should be here. I don't understand. But so what's up, people? Yeah, we're trying to see if you guys are out there and worthy of a show and what's been going on because we're stupid and we don't have anything up there. So, just when I said we're going to be out there and then I disappear. But seriously, actually, it's been a little bit of a thing. I'm getting ready to do that stupid shit I did last year. If you remember, I'm stressing that and I'm deciding whether or not I really actually even want to bother with that crap because I really kind of don't. I'm thinking. I just need my boy in Florida to hook me up with something so I ain't got to work 12-hour shifts every night now. And like it really doesn't put a hankering on this. It just depends on when I do a show. It won't be this time for me live. It'd be different. I guess that won't affect you guys too much. So y'all can do that. So, it doesn't affect you. I can just record anything at any time. So, like what we talked about doing. So, some of you people need to get on out there and get on up and get on up. And like, I know I lost everybody because, because I ain't been on in a while. Yeah, I'm an idiot. But I mean, I had things to talk about and stuff. Man, my computer, like, okay, I don't know. I don't know what was going on. I'm pretty sure, like, actually, now after narrowing it down, I kind of jumped the gun, pulled the trigger, and got like a bigger power supply because I thought my power supply was dying because at a point there, well, it had to be something like that, I think, because like it wasn't starting up at all, like at all. You hit the button, nothing. And the wife had told me I was at work and she said, "What's this beeping going on with your computer?" It's on the ups and the ups is beeping, and I was like, "So it shorted it out? Did we get a surge? Did I get a surge?" And it shafted my power supply, drained the power. I don't know what gives, but after that, I couldn't power it up. So, I mean, I jumped the gun. I'm not even sure. I got to bench test my old power supply. It's not that old, but it is. It's about 7 years. And I was like, shit, maybe it's done. And I know this is about Paperback Weekly that I'm going on about paper palings more, but I'm pulling a mark here. Where the hell are you? Um. So anyway, yeah, I did that. It wasn't powering up. I haven't bench tested it, but I was like, fuck it. I think it's that because it's not powering up at all. So I went bought a new one, changed it out, and it worked fine the first time. This is in the course of like a week though. You got to take into account. I like, man, this took some time here. You think it'd be more important to get on this, but I didn't. For 5 days, but anywho, so I fixed that, put that in there, started up fine. Now I went to put it to sleep for the first time in like 3 days, and everything pulsed. This is weird as hell. Everything pulsed. You got the lighted keyboard, the keyboard flashed, it just went, pew. And then like inside the tower, you can hear this like literally like a pulsing. It's like the fans were starting and stopping, starting and stopping. The graphics card, it might have been a graphics card. I don't think it was a power supply. I'm like, huh, what the hell is that? That was kind of freaky. So, but I did check the error logs. Like one of the first things I did after I got it back was checking the error logs after she shut down and like, okay, was there like a power spike? It didn't really allude to anything major. Like there was no major failure. The drive's okay. Um, but now like I got it back. This is the first time I've touched it in like 3 days. I'm like, residual static up in it. I don't know. It's still kind of freaky because I mean, like, I'm gonna put it to sleep again after this and see if it does it again. I might have to track it down, but I do think it's a possibility my CMOS battery is the BIOS battery has died because I get a checksum error every time I start up that says like defaults loaded. I have to reset the date and stuff, which is obviously that's key. That's like, hey, my battery died. But again, like, the fuck is my battery died? That battery lasts forever in there. When's the last time y'all heard about changing that battery? Okay, yes, I admit myself and 3 different computers have had to change that battery 3 times. Actually, I've got a really piece of bad luck when it comes to that battery. So yeah, it could be, but that don't explain why it didn't start up at all. It should have started up. It didn't start up at all. So I was laying into that, and now I got a new power supply, and obviously we up because I wouldn't be talking to you because I would do this. I wouldn't do this on my laptop. I'd do this on a desktop, and here we are on a desktop. But I'm gonna put it to sleep and see if it fails again. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go change my coin powered battery, so I ain't got to do this crap again. Hopefully that doesn't change it. I mean, I did need to do updates. There's another update for 23H2 on Windows 11. Yes, I've got Windows 11. But I ain't know if I'm gonna do that. I mean, like, I'm not getting a BIOS update. Maybe when I take her apart and really scan and see if there's not BIOS update available. I don't know what's in these Acers, but it's an Acer shell, but basically everything else is customized. So pretty strong little system. It just, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. So there we are. You know what I mean? I'm hoping everything is okay as far as that goes, because I really don't want, like, to have to, like, keep building it up. But in the meantime, we're back, we're live, we're happening, and hopefully it'll be in for a while, because like I said, this is the last Wednesday before I switch to nights again. Be back on nights. I ain't looking forward to that. We're moving on up. Yeah, but like I said, I'm dreading it, and yet I'm not dreading it. Things have changed in my facility that makes me think like things may get better. It still doesn't make me feel good about wandering around every 12 hours. I got a better feel because last year they literally just dumped me in the middle of it and said, here. First time I'd been there, first time I'd ran through that, so I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Really kind of pissed me off. And I keep stressing that with Carrie now. Sorry, you don't know who that is, but like the boss lady, like saying like, hey, I really need to know what the fuck is going on. Like, I don't need any of that garbage. I need to know. There's Abby. Hi, Abby. I need to know, like, communication. Need to know from day shift what's going on, night shift what's going to be going on, and I got somebody else. I got a partner. So I'm looking to be less stressed this time, even though I'm still not looking forward to being 12 hours a day, every damn day, and I still work the weekends. So, I love my job on the weekends, trying to stick with that, but, you know, that's how it is. But anyway, that's enough about that shit. And I hope to be back. We're back right now. We're going to try to stick with it. So, Abby, what's your problem? This is not how Paper Aircraft Weekly is supposed to work. In the meantime, there's somebody, Power Up Toys, Peter's Aircraft Factory, Origami, etc., Origami Paper, Experiment Coup, My Baguette. There's some people out there that got some videos out there. Go check them out. They did some this week. Trek Dang, and then ID 67 Coon. They all got some videos out there. None of our boys seem to have any videos out there. What the hell? I'm gonna try to fix it here. I had reason to talk, but this is weekly, so I got to get the weekly shit out there. So I'm telling you about that stuff. Look on our webpage. If you're here watching the video, we got our YouTube headquarter page. All these channels. You see who they are, just go look and see. We got a bunch of everybody. I mean, some of them are just like origami presenters, so you're going to see different things other than the planes. We focus on the planes. It's an art. We deal with you, but you know what I'm saying? We're here about the planes, so. What do you mean XL 107? Did Carrie teach you how to build another one, man? Or is that your export model? I mean, good on you. I mean, that's cool. I'm glad for you, but it sucked. It's like, you saying you built 107 of them? I mean, if that is even better, I'm impressed. I'm proud of you, actually. That's really cool. You take it to heart, just build and build and build. You're going to get it. So it's good on you to do that. I'm glad you like got it. And now it's like, you know, it'll learn you, I think. Most of us get it wrong, you know, and yeah, that's what I mean. Like I said, that's cool. That's good. I mean, please keep building. That's how we do it. I mean, like I said, I didn't get 600 phases because I was freaking sitting on one that I liked and just left it alone. Even though one I do like is 30 years old, but did you try glue? And have you tried putting the tape in various areas? I mean, like, Kay would tell you, like, okay, he used tape. And to be exactly accurate, of course, you can use tape. But, I mean, any adhesive obviously works. So, as long as the damn thing sticks together. And, I mean, like, it's not all in the folding. Obviously, if you're going to crease stuff, it could be the folding. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the folding. You know what I mean? Like, it's not every time that I get the folds tight enough that it's going to be that way. It's not every time he does. It's not every time that well, hell, anybody. I'm not just going to point out like Pharaoh or KIA or Missile or anybody, but I'm just saying, like, you won't be the only one that suffers through a folding problem. Okay. You're not alone. Ben back over there probably has a folding problem. So, it's just, you stick with it and eventually you'll find something. I mean, if nothing else, like, how does it suck? Did you post any videos on how they didn't fly? I mean, because you're telling me it suck, and I believe that. It's just, how did it suck? If you show us, you give us a video like how you built it, and then give us a video of how it flies, and we'll be able to tell you, like, okay, this is why. This sucks. Do this. Don't do this, so on and so forth. And we might be able to tell you what the hell's going on. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, it's all in, like, how you do it, but, okay, well, like I said, do a little, you make it a short if you want, but post a little, like, you're building it video, and then post a flight video, even if it is a short, because it crashes into the ground, so we can say it, we can tell you, like, hey, this is where it's messed up, because believe me, like, especially me, but not others, so, like, we'll be able to tell you, like, oh, I know what that is. Like, K does that shit all the time, man. I'm not even kidding. There's some, like, he built a plane inside and he built a plane outside, and they fly it instantly. I could tell, like, he has this habit of, like, he wants to so badly, Dalton, you know what I'm talking about, man. He wants so badly to put some folds in the back of the plane that look cool and shit, but you gotta watch it, man. You gotta watch it, because if you add too much weight back there, the plane, even though you might build a streamline with a sweep wing, like, you got a pretty good incidence to the front end, and the cord is, like, as it's supposed to be. So you've got, like, a flat back end and a swept front end, like the standard plane shape, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is all like this. So you know that this is the front. You put weight back here, the plane doesn't know that's the front. If it gets too heavy, it's going to start tumbling, and like, seriously, you know how you can diagnose certain things just by looking at it, especially when you see it with less flights are like that. It's like you throw the plane and it starts to tumble, you instantly know, okay, center of gravity is affected in riding high because there's weight in the back and the front, and the plane just doesn't know what the hell is front to back. So, I mean, like, seriously, you get to recognize these things. And he hasn't done it much lately, but I know, like, a couple of KOs, earlier birds, and we, like, try to build those, and, like, it tumbles, and, like, I see that fold back there. I know why it's doing that. I mean, for real, it's, some things are obvious. So that's why I say, put up a video on there, and maybe we could tell you, especially if you do the build, but, because, like, I mean, obviously you saying it sucks, I believe it. Just how is it sucking? We can help you out. I mean, Kay will definitely help you out, because he'll watch it, he'll see it, he'll be like, oh, that's what he's fucking up. Okay, well, here, let me fix that for you. Not that he's going to hop on a plane to India right away, but you know what I mean. He'll help you out. It won't end up looking like that, but it'll look pretty cool. I was actually, it's a weekly show, so I was not going to do some things because, the weekly shows, I've tried to make them kind of quicker because I'm trying to crank it out. I can't play Civ 3 on the goddamn thing anymore. It fucking sucks. Didn't have the documents ready because it's Wednesday, it's Paper Aircraft Weekly, but, like, I was trying to do it, and I can't do it, I don't know what I'm doing. So let me get this up here, and let's take a look at the aircraft, and let's take a look at the installations and see if there's anything happening in the world of IVPAC this week. What the hell was this week? Well, this week was, we're going back from the 12th to the 5th. Let's see what happens. June's usually a pretty good month. of of um aircraft creation. So, and yeah, obviously we're talking planes, so we're gonna talk planes. But I mean, like, if you're not like, I got to get this out because this is like I like to think this is the primary reason for all of this. I mean, this is the good week for like the week of the infamous JO689s. My phases that I did so long ago that I built a stream of. I mean, Abby, this is for you. I mean, I built like 7 or 8 of them at the time because I built them on a notebook paper, and I used the lines of the notebook paper to determine how much of a snub nose I'd make on each plane. And it went from 0, which is pure pointed, all the way up to 3, which is the original phase 1, and it made a big old snub nose because they all incrementally that like I had like half, 1, 2, and I counted up from the lines in the middle, and basically that was a fold from the line from the center keel. For the most part, all those planes work pretty much the same. But the halfsies with a little bit of a snub worked the best. Very popular. That was 067. They were 66 through 72 or whatever because of how many you built every half. So like 0, half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. Never built 3.5. So yeah, 7 of them. Yeah. So instantly there. Let's see what we got here. What do we got here this week? This week in paper aircraft world, I can't include the 5th because the 5th was last week, but I'll do it here for this reference because this reference and nothing. The only thing is the Phase 6 fighter bomber that did roll out 2016, so it's 8 years. Yeah, 8 years old. It's the only thing active. Yeah, there's that. That good one. XLT1. Yeah, I remember that one. I mean, like, I remember what you're talking about. Again, he gonna have to show you. But yeah, I do remember that one. Yeah, Phase 2 is pretty good. I'm serious. Phase 2 is good. Any version. I mean, you talking that you made Exile, obviously you mean it, you made a phase, whether you're not, you made a phase. So yeah, Exile is pretty good. It has a phase, and phase is obviously pretty good. It's so simple, it's stupid. Did you make a phase 3? Yeah, they're pretty dominant. I mean, like I said, there's a reason why around the neighborhood, around IVPAC, they're pretty iconic because of just that. You know, like it's so simple. They're combat ready aircraft. I mean, that's actually what I was thinking of. Is I needed something that was heavy duty, deep strike, but simply made. Because again, if you're combat ready, if you're in the line, you're going to be doing that crap. You need a plane. Oh my God. Okay. You need a plane that you can build out there without minimal stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's why. Okay. We're just taking a look and see if anything happened like in the retirement sector. Today is the 12th. Owl 2 retired this day, 2011. But really, yeah, no, really nothing else. Man, in the aircraft world, it's pretty much a boring thing. Okay. I suspected. I suspected. Yeah, 3s are really cool too. Yeah, like I said, 2s, I don't even know. I think like I just made the transition. Like I said, I wasn't basically upgraded, you know, like because there's really no reason to like if you've flown both of them. I mean, you can tell that like you're really hard pressed. You could probably get one to beat the other any given time, depending on what you do. A phase 2 or a phase 3, one will beat the other. I don't think it's just because of the STE that the 3 has. I've done plenty of tests. I mean, seriously, there's like over 100 phase 2s and there's over 500 phase 3s, but like the only reason I stuck with the 3s is it's a little bit more complicated to build. That's really it. It was nothing else. It's still simple, just a little bit extra that makes it more less easier to dupe, which is what we're also interested in, was trying to make sure nobody else builds the same plane. And that's in how you build it. Cirrus is not designed to be, well, again, better is in the eye of the beholder. if you're looking for straight up glide, like, okay, glide for glide, who's more stable? Yeah, I do believe you're right. Cirrus is probably a little bit more stable. Distance wise, Cirrus should not be beating phase 2 or 3 in any stretch of the imagination. I mean, obviously you can mod it, any one of them, you can mod it and probably in D-mod a 3 or a 2. And yeah, Cirrus can beat it because it does have a glide ability. It's pretty decent. But ask anybody again, and like y'all can comment on it. Cirrus won't beat a 3 or a 2. Not in my world. Not my planes, directly my planes. And that's why they fill the roles that they fill. A 3 being a long-range striker and Cirrus just being patrol aircraft. I mean, it's flies around you. I mean, yeah, they can expand their territory, but for the most part, yeah. Cirrus can compete with Wyvern, but Wyvern's a little bit stronger at getting up and out, whereas Cirrus doesn't get up as much. And if we'll teach you how to build a Wyvern, you'll be able to tell why. You can have your own competition, a 2, 3, Cirrus and Wyvern. And like, you'll see what I deal with sometimes when you got like ranges that are like so close. If you watch a video that I put up, I can't remember if it's on this, I think it's on this channel, but if you watch a video I put up there though, like it shows you exactly why, like one is better than the other and how it's better than the other. So yeah, right. Exactly. But I mean, like you said, I mean, I can see why Cirrus could be better. Because Cirrus is like phases have a tendency to rock in their flight because they fly better when you keep. I heard that. Sorry. Phases fly better, like a phase 1 liked it better when you kept the wings almost flat. Negative or positive incidents, pretty much straight, pretty much boxy with the winglets and on the body. Phase 2s, 3s, and almost every other one beyond that likes it when the wings are up. You know, like, again, showing you with that, but like, they like it like that. You see that? Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, see the way? Yeah, they like this. So, but they glide really good that way. Every once in a while, obviously, you can get them to work when they're flat, but they glide really good this way. But that whole thing causes them to rock a little bit in flight. So they look good because they just look good, but they rock and wobble a little bit in flight for the most part, and it means their flight isn't as graceful, whereas a Cirrus is rock steady. So I mean, like, in a way, you're right. I mean, I usually am impressed with how Cirrus flies myself, so I like Cirrus flying. I like phases flying. It's a lot of people like the way phases fly, so I got my backup. But Cirrus is pretty. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's all kinds of freaking planes that like just look good when they do what they do. You know what they do, and they do really freaking good. So, I had a clip. What the hell? I'm looking for this. I know what it is, but I can't see it. Like, I'd have to blow this up. I don't know if I'm going to see it. What the hell is that crap? Oh, it's blind. Blind man's bluff. See, something about that looked good. You know, like it just glides through the air. It's kind of got that look to it, you know. And you said Cirrus flies 70. That's pretty damn good. I mean, whenever we talk about the roles and we say like exactly like air defense or patrol is patrolling your airspace. Well, if you've got a yard that's like 20 acres, you need a pretty big patrol plane, don't you? You need an even bigger striker because you need to get out there. But like strikers, see, that's the whole thing about that though. Like what makes this cool is like an Air Force, a real Air Force would build one plane to do one thing because they can get them to the, you know, it's just by design. Ours aren't really by design. They are, but they're not. Like, it's strange how you factor that in, but if you base, this is so cool when you think about it, how we're completely backwards, but it allows us to have different designs. But if you're like in an apartment, short range, but if you have a yard, if you have a park, something around your apartment, so if you have a house and you have a yard, if you have a standard yard for like, say, the average American, I mean, I don't even know the average American nowadays, but like in the U.S., they have yards that are like, I don't know, 30 by 30. If you're poor people, you live on top of each other. Here, 30 by 30 is probably the average subdivision from 40 years ago, but nowadays people like everybody is really like so ridiculous here. Like they got to be bigger than the next person, so they don't want to be on. So you got like your own homestead, your own fucking farm. They sit on like 5 acres, and like the next. I don't understand, but anyway, like my point here being is like if you design a plane for your area, obviously that's what you would do. If you're in IVPAC anyway, and how we base it, I've kept myself in yards like this, so I'm pretty much safe with mine, but I would change it if I had to. But if you had a yard that's like a 30 by 30, if you had it half acre to an acre, a phase will work, a Cirrus would work. It would cover, like if I stood on my front porch, I could launch the Cirrus and know it would go right about the edge of the street and land in my yard, possibly come back. See what I'm saying? And I know a phase from my front porch would go into somebody else's yard. And if I moved it on forward, of course, like to the edge of my yard, I would definitely have the phase going to somebody else's yard. Granted, the Cirrus would do the same thing, but it wouldn't do it as far. This is what sets our, yeah, Demon's not for that. I don't remember. What the hell does Demon do anyway? Okay, you hit me on this? What does Demon do, bro? I mean, don't get me wrong. I know it's cool. I'm not teasing you. I'm just saying, what's this role? I can't remember. Oh, it's a trainer. Yeah. Demon is KIA's lead-in small trainer. So, yeah, that makes sense. Trainers can fly any damn way. We don't really care about duration. But anyway, like all these roles that we're talking about too only matter to basically us in IVPAC. So you guys, like, the only thing you guys get from it is how far a plane's going to go. Whereas we talk about it, we're like, yeah, that goes that far because, like, it was designed to. So, yeah, I don't think, like, and that's a Cirrus, which again looks good going through the air. That's a hybrid Cirrus. That's not like, it's kind of, oh, sweet baby Jesus. That's weird. Shouldn't be doing that, but it did that. Anyway, so yeah, that like the Cirrus, that one's a hybrid, so. You're basically saying most of the planes are cool, huh? I mean, we go through them, so we don't, I mean, like, we're not trying to make them suck, bro. Yeah, anyway. But like, so, okay, back to where I was going with this, though, is like, okay, so I base it on a yard. I base it on a apartment park complex or whatever, but I still want to base it off of something that I know the phase 3, 4, 5, whatever, now 332, they can be standard strike planes because they go from my front door into somebody else's territory. Cirrus is a little bit shorter than that. Wyvern hybridization, it's like in between there, kind of flies like the Striker. Technically, we don't need it, but again, we do it for more designs. But yeah, what I was getting at though, what made it cool was like, what I was just saying is like, you could change that around. Like if you did live on 20 acres, 30 acres, kind of like my man Mark was talking about up there at Ellsworth, and he had his base up there. Like, okay, if you wanted something that flew from your front porch to strike into somebody else's territory, you need a plane that goes like, dude, what's 30 acres if your house is even centered? Whatever it is, like you basically think of wherever your house is to the street and then across the street. That's like the bare minimum would have to cover. But if you're in 30 acres and you're even like 100 yards back, your striker's got to travel that far to strike. Now, here's where I was flipping that, though. Is like, that depends on if you just want to launch from your front porch. Chances are, if you're that far back, you don't have to unless the combat comes to your front porch. So you'd have to meet them out there. And again, if you're meeting them park-wise or actually just on the street, all of a sudden your shit changes. And if you know that that's the whole thing, like your design would change and you always went to battle like at the front line of battle. You'd be up there every time. So your striker wouldn't have to go that far. Like if you brought a box, if you brought something out there to fight at the front lines, because you'd always be at the front lines. Whereas like in a subdivisional situation, if you were living in a standard subdivision, you might actually have to launch from your front porch to push the enemy back and make the front edge, the FIBA would be the edge of your front yard to the street. That would be the FIBA. But if they've pushed you back to your house, then you fight from there. Chances are you got 30 acres and you're that far back, that wouldn't be the case. You'd have to come up to the street. Then your designs change. It would be something totally different for you because you wouldn't have to. I wish like OAE was on this one because I think he deals with this a lot. You're on the street all the time. Your striker wouldn't have to go that far. Your control plane, the air superiority, what Wyvern is to me, what phases used to be, that would be the longest range plane. And then the strikers would be somewhere underneath that, maybe in the vein of Cirrus. Patrol planes, they'd probably be hard precedent because you'd want them to glide really good, really far from your front porch because they're patrolling your airspace. You see what I'm saying? So your roles would be there, but they would flip in how you built the suit. Your longest range plane wouldn't be the same. Like interceptors for everybody are the damn same. That's the straightest, farthest thing you can build. After that, everything else is out the door. Yeah, dude, I don't know if you noticed this, but KIA builds a lot of heavy stuff. To say that one's a nose heavy, yeah, I mean, no, you're right, it is, but like, dude, yeah, that one is too, you're right. SNA52 is freaking great. Did he show you how to build that damn thing? I can't remember that. Maybe he did. I don't know. Yeah, serious beautiful plane. Beautiful. Just beautiful. She's so young and beautiful. I like him. I like the hell. This is a good shot. See the way that one looked too? That one's a pretty good shot. I don't know why desktop audio flips up. I don't know why it does that. It shouldn't do that. But in a transition. Cirrus looks good though. Some better than others. It don't matter. Anyway, so yeah, Robert, what's going on, man? In the house, dude. Nice videos, by the way, brother. Nice videos. Well, yeah, SNA52 kind of looks like that, but like he's got a little bit more horns going on, if anything. Like he kind of looks more like, I don't know, he don't look like any damn thing, really. Kind of looks like Missiles Nebula a little bit, but I mean, nothing spectacular. Like it's different. It's real different. You know, it's different. That's what you go. It's different. How in the hell? That's not it. Jeez. You cheesy bastard. Trying to find it here. Got to be a good shot of it somewhere. This is a pretty picture, but you almost can't tell. That's a nebula in there. Can you see it? You probably can't see it. I can even alter the picture, but let me see if I can. Like here, I'm putting it dead center. Yeah, it's that streaky little thing right by the tree there. Yeah, pretty nice. Yeah, plus, well, I mean, actually, now I can't. You know, you might be right. I mean, I don't mean to be saying, like, because it strikes me that I don't remember SNA52 that well. And you're talking about that, and I'm talking about that, but then I realize, oh, I'm thinking of freaking Sabretooth. He must have showed a picture of that, because, like, yeah, Sabretooth, yeah, they're like, I built a small, that's not a Sabretooth. Oh, yeah, duh. Yeah, I'm being stupid. That picture that we got on there, damn. That picture that we got on the front page there, which is a son of a bitch, which is a variant of that. I don't know how I did that. It's just weird it did that. But that's an SNA. That's a Sabretooth. And I actually don't remember. I don't remember if that's how. That's from that shot. I don't remember if that's how. That's not a standard. I don't remember. And Dalton, you gotta get me a picture. Good point. Yeah. It is a duck. Maybe you should just call it the duck. Don't you gotta give me pictures of SNA 52. I just looked through it. That's people. That's why I'm kind of like a little distracted in the background. I don't have any pictures of SNA 52. How do I not even have any pictures of SNA 52? How the hell does Abby know what the SNA 52 looks like? I don't have pictures of it. I don't even have pictures of Chaos. D, we gotta talk. Shit. Get your ass on here. You said you were gonna come back on. We can do this, so let's do this. Anywho, yeah. Damn. How do I not have pictures of SNA 52? Anyway, yeah, you're right. So, yeah, it's nose heavy. Dude, he's the king of the big planes. That's what I once thought of if we were to make IVPAC a little bit more like an Air Force where different manufacturers contributed to different things, and we have the station. We all had to station everybody's planes everywhere. In a way, I think that would be way cooler. Like, I'd love to take a vote, especially among the members, but anybody else that built our planes and say, like, okay, so going head to head, I'm going to bring up the sheet again. This is good for a weekly show. Just because I keep bringing it up. So, just thinking about, son of a bitch. Like, how we would do it, you know what I mean? Like, okay, so we're all in as members. We're all in, right? And then we would do this, and it's like, okay, so everybody's got their bases. So I have a fighter base, and I want a striker. Like, I want to have a strike base. So I want a striker there. Who's going to have their striker? Is it going to be like we'll have a head-to-head competition or vote off and see who's got it there? And what the fudge? How do you guys not have? What the hell's going on? That's impossible. Something tells me I got to change. How do all y'all fools not have? Looks like I'm going to do a little bit of work on the aircraft sheet because, oh my God. Okay, I see what happened here. Okay, but anyway, the whole point that would make that really cool is if you went through this and said, like, okay, here's all the air superiority fighters. You know, it would be a phase 3 versus a chaos versus, right? I got it right. Yeah. It'd be a phase 3 versus a chaos versus a demon. Missiles demon, not KA's demon. See what I mean? But it'd be head to head, and you'd pick one, and then whoever won that is like, okay, that'd be my plane and every base. Say you would go down the system. But like that's the thing, and like we'd all have our bases, but we'd each have a conglomerate of our aircraft stationed there because more realistic Air Force. And in a way, I kind of dig that idea, and I also kind of don't. I mean, just because it's like, why? You know, like why? Do you need all that? Yeah, you kind of need all that, but it would be a whole lot of work to get, and everybody would definitely have to put their how to builds up, or at least send people each other's planes. You don't have to video edit, bro. Not everybody's got to be a freaking producer, man. Just put a video up like this. I don't care. Look at this crap. This is crap. I mean, we're all right, but we ain't great. Missile's another one of the members. Variation of mine, SIL. So that's how he got his name. The M division of SIL. Builds his own aircraft. Yeah. Just like Silk. She builds her own aircraft. Version of SIL. It's the K division. Named after the wife and kid. So it's hard to be around me and not have airplanes. I think I've even got my sister to build one. Pretty much, Mark, you listen to this, pretty much Draco. And you know what I mean by that. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just do that. Like I said, you didn't gotta freaking, like, dude, why is it like, remember back in the good old days of YouTube when everything was an amateur video? Now it looks like y'all got like stupid high def crawl inside your mind video and sound, ASMR bullshit, and then it's like the transitions and crap. It looks like it's on NBC's nightly news and shit. We don't need all that. Just make some nice amateur videos, man. That's the whole point of this shit. If you want to post videos like that, go to BBC. You know, I mean, yeah, it's great to look at, but it's like, do you really need all that crap? I just hate everybody on their fucking gaming channels. Why do you have to have your stupid little disembodied head down here? Like mine, like right here. See this? Why you gotta be down here? Nobody, half these dudes like do interviews and crap and they take up the whole screen and nobody wants to see that. A lot of people have great radio faces. There are a lot of people on YouTube that have awesome radio faces. There are some that like nobody needed to see that. Not even your mom needed to see that. I don't understand why you put the camera on your face. Myself included. I shouldn't do this crap neither, but man, why are these people like, dude, that's too much face for the camera. Not that, just like, dude, there's so many, like, I'm biased. I mean, I think women are attractive and dudes, for the most part, are just damn ugly. So, like, if you a dude, basically don't put a camera on your face. Like, because y'all just dog nasty. I mean, like, nobody need to see that. Sex sells, sex appeal, shit like that. Yeah, I'm going to get chicks to do my videos from now on because, like, seriously. Dude, like, all these dudes can take a page, like, it's so many dudes out here that do like instructional videos, how-to videos, and interviews and shit with just their faces on there. It's like, nobody wants to see you. I don't need to see you to get your point across. Well, how did you take those videos before? They turned out good enough. Again, you don't need high def. 820 is good. Like, so you don't need full 1080p, bro. Whatever you did before, I mean, I could tell what was happening. Yeah, I know. We just don't. Well, see, I can't be missing for 2.5 weeks and not expect to get subscribers. You know what I mean? We have to actually pursue this. We gotta pump this up. So I know I'm preaching myself, but yeah, you know, we gotta pursue this crap. So, and we'll try to be a little bit better. I promise. Like all these planes that I keep talking about that you guys have no idea about, like Coyote. Diamant, like y'all don't, Wasps, Furies, same plane. Y'all don't know how to build them. Banshees, y'all know how to build them. Y'all seen them. I think you think they look cool, but you know, 332s. I know y'all think they look cool. Y'all know how to build them. Not even have one around here. Nope. I've actually cleaned house a little bit. Coyotes. Like that one right there, that's a coyote. There you go. That's a coyote. God damn, I can't get that camera right. That's coyote. Yeah. Y'all seen them? They're cool looking. Yeah. And that's the one I'm going to show y'all Pacer on. One of the ones I'm going to show y'all Pacer on. Goblin looks a lot like it. Goblin is really going to look cool when you see, because Goblin's one of my trainers. And like I said, basically a plane that flies and it doesn't have to fly good is like what your trainers are. And Goblin, yeah, I know. I just like the name Coyote. I realized, like, and if I don't pull the trigger on it, I'll probably never use it. So I changed because I never really liked Diamant and I've learned some things about it. And you will see what I mean about that in a little while when I give how to builds up there. Doesn't come out right. So I'm switching to Coyote because it's a name I always liked. But I have, like, a lot of people like to put the name, planes always get named, like a cool name, you get Shark or Orca or Viper or Coyote or something like that. Lion, Tiger. I don't like to do that because those things don't fly. Never like to do that. Coyote's like one of the only instances I've ever done that, and probably the only instant I ever will. Because I don't like anything that doesn't fly to be flying. It doesn't make sense. I'll name it a bunch of other things before I do that. So, like, I got a couple names in the pipe for the next planes, and they won't be anything like that. So, yeah. It just doesn't make sense when the plane's flying. But anyway, yes, I got to show you Pacer. And Pacer, I will illustrate Pacer on a Goblin because Goblin shows it best. Sorry, that took me a little bit. Goblin shows it best. That's a Banshee. I know, it looks about the same, but it's not. Yeah, that's a Banshee. Banshees Banshees also do pretty good with Pacer, but actually it's funny you say that. XLT1 is the original. I mean, like, I don't hold it against anybody. You can name your plane any damn thing. I mean, like, name your plane. Like, I don't, shit. Like, there's a reason why you like it, think it's cool, think it's menacing, whatever the case may be. It's your plane, it's your creation. You can name it. He did that. I don't know why he did that. Like, I don't know if he was expecting it to be something that it wasn't. I don't know if he just liked the way that rolled off the tongue. Could be. I mean, again, you'd have to ask him. But anyway, T1. That's its original name. Its full name. Its original name was XL-T1. And what he called it. So I mean, if you were like I said, when it initially launched, and I know that because it's on the aircraft sheet, our master aircraft sheet. XL-T1 is its name. It rolled out as that. I mean, I think he's like, a lot of people like to do that. A lot of IVPAC members like to do that because, I mean, once again, I go back to phases are iconic. And Mark loves to dig into me, and I think Dalton's asked, and Morgan's asked, and Marlo's asked, and Don has asked, and like Robert's even asked, I think, like, why in the hell did you name it Phase 1? And I don't know. Okay? I can't explain it. You just can't explain it. It's just like, you know what? That's cool. And I'm not changing it. I mean, there was a time when it was a new plane, and I was thinking about, like, Phase 1 what? I was looking for another name, and then I just gave up looking at another name. And you know what? Fuck it. It's the Phase 1. And then it just progressed on a 2 and 3, and it works so well with the names and the letters that it sticks. And, like, I don't know if you noticed that, but through IVPAC members having that, a lot of people, XLT1, Sector 1, Sector 2, what Stealth 1, Phase 80. I mean, the name has been borrowed in some way, shape, or form quite often. Quite often. It's very popular. It's very popular. So, yeah, Dart 1. I mean, like, literally, all of these names came about because of the Phases name. Everybody's trying to strike and get theirs. So, like I said, I can't explain it. I don't know. XLT1 is new to everybody on the internet. I said XLT1 is the original. That's KIA's first. Like I said, that when he built it the first time, that's what he called it. So it's new to you, but it ain't new to him. And anything else, like, I don't think he's actually, like, I mean, even like 16? 16? Is it 16 where I was talking about? Yeah. Yeah, no, there it is. Yeah, 16. Yeah. So basically, its full name is XLT1 number 16. That's it. That's it. So, I mean, he doesn't do that often. He doesn't call it that often, I think. He just basically says XL. But yeah, that's where he gets that from. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know. I'm hoping, because I always talk everybody into that. Like, okay, dude, whatever you guys do, when you build a very first new plane or whatever, store it. I think immediately, there's sometimes, like, you should all have a palace. The museum, as it were. PALACE is my acronym. I call it PALACE. My acronym for paper aircraft long-term active storage. I like to keep them active, but basically that's breaking them down, folding them flat, completely flat, taking the folds out, uncreasing them, untaping them, razor cutting them, and storing them, usually in plastic and in a box. My museum pieces, they won't get shot at. Like, the pad is different. It's another name for it. In another box you take out where all the drones that you get to shoot down. Like, if we have an exercise where we're practicing shooting down planes, and there could be others, some of my old planes that have gotten wet or never worked or whatever, I'll put some bright colors on them, put them in the pad. That's paper aircraft awaiting disposition. Usually disposal, where I just burn them. But sometimes I'll brightly color them and act them as, like, throw them out there so everybody can shoot them down with their planes. That's what the pad is for. That's not the museum. That's not the palace. But in the palace, like I said, like you create a new design, number one off the assembly line, that's what goes in the palace. If for any other reason, because that way you can never forget how to fold it. You've always got it. And I always say, like, fold it, fly it, you like it, you accept it. That's good. Fly it a few more times, then put it in the palace. Don't suffer through like I did. I mean, granted, a lot of these planes, like, first of all, the phase family has got longevity. So I'm into the 700s now. And like, okay, yeah, it's been around for 30 years plus. Like if you go back to the phase one, it's coming up on its 40th anniversary. The plane is old. But like I didn't get to keep number one. Or of the Osprey, or of the Wind Cutter family, or the Moths, because I lost them to combat. But again, when you're like in combat, you don't think about those things. So like nowadays, I mean, like if I build number one, I follow that to the letter. It's like designed it, and if it's crap, it's crap. It goes to that pad. But if it's so good that I keep it and I accept it, number one instantly goes like not instantly, but like okay, I accept it. So that we've had a few flights, 20 or so. I like this plane. We'll accept it. We'll build like a few more. Get the experimental. Well, I mean, you built a few more before you accept it because you built the experimental fleet. Then you build a little, like maybe a little bit more because you like a certain part of the experiment or other experiments you like. But then number one flies a few more times and to the palace because you don't want anything to happen to that damn thing. Gets taken off by a dog. It sits on your roof. Gets rained on. Some shit like that. Gets stuck in a tree for days. And then gets lost because you either forget or the wind takes it somewhere else. And again, you don't want that to happen to number one. That could happen to any others, but not number one. So, I mean, like, it obviously sucks if you're going to lose one, but I hope so. I said, he talked about getting back on, so we should be able to get him to do this, man. We should be able to get, and now that I'm back on, it's like, okay, yeah, dude, let's talk. Because we got to talk, and he needs to send me some pictures of SNA. Unless I got some and I don't, you know what? I didn't realize I could be looking at documents. It could be in there. Yeah. But yeah, save number one. You don't have to save a whole lot of others, but you definitely should save number one. Should be shared with me. God, stop telling me about the updated of ad block. Wow, that's a good picture. I should put that picture up there, but will be banned. Nice shooting, Tex. God, I miss my baby. She was so clean. Oh. Oh my God, I miss my baby. Anywho. So yeah, save those pictures. Yeah. Or save those planes. Did I, what did I do? What did I do? Oh, there's Kay. Let me see this here. I'm trying to look through the videos, the pictures here and see if I've got any shots of SNA that he shared with me. And of course, I didn't really do that properly because this isn't that. Eesh. I have to go somewhere else. I can do that. Number 23? Is number 23 a good plane? Now, see, now you got me on it because I don't know. Does he have that one? Hold the hell on. Photos. Where the fuck is photos? Photos. I can't find photos. No, seriously, where the hell did he go? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Robert, I still got you his tap over here. He wrote big letters so you could tell which ones are Sidewinder, Apex, Exile. Sidewinder's pretty cool. Lightning X2. But I don't see any pictures of SNA 52 up in here. You guys were talking about it, but I don't see any pictures. I don't see them, but that doesn't mean they're not there. Yes, it kind of does. Damn it, boy. Gotta give me some shots here. Oh, I believe it. I'm sure I do. Sometimes I can't even tell, though. But yeah, I believe that. Probably one of those ones on the blue background, or is it in flight? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just don't have any pictures. And I've always told people that too, because like for the benefit of this channel and their channels, everybody should have a pose shot of one of their planes. Outdoors, indoors, it doesn't matter. But like one of the things you should do, you should pose it, and you should pose it the same way each time. So one of the things you need to do is like you get a pic. If you're going to use the camera on it, like that's why I put mine like on the, the thing you're not looking at right now, my grid square. Put them on the same. It is a sheet, isn't it? Put them on the same sheet every time, the same way. Put a camera on a tripod, the exact same settings, and take the exact same shot. That way, when you flip through, it looks like the plane just changes. But that's, pose shot. It's like always sitting like this. I always have it sitting like this. Yeah. But I don't have any pose shots at SNA 52. And that's just the way it is. Anyway, guys, hey, yeah, cool. It's been an hour. It's been a minute. It's great that we're here. I'm glad you guys came out. Thank you for doing that. It's great to see y'all. It's great to get back on here. I'm going to wrap this because I think we got a good show. I don't want the show to be, any more than it is. So, that said, because we were talking about them, I'm going to wrap it up with the ending that has the Phase 4, the Phase 3, actually the Phase 6, the Phase 4, and the Wyvern. And, my God, is that a Venom? I think that's a Venom. The one Venom, 1-0. Yeah. Yeah, I did, but I got rid of the Phase 3 nose heavy model because I didn't like how it flew. It's like two variations, but the one is actually another fold, and when you do the other fold, it becomes like an interceptor, and I don't need phases to be an interceptor, so I did away with that crap. I don't count the staples. In putting a phase, like the Phase 1 always had a big paperclip in the front end, because if you don't put a paperclip in the front end of the original Phase 1, it is like we just described on what KIAs is. They tumble because they don't know which way is front, because the weight is too evenly distributed. But you put the paperclip on there, and all of a sudden it becomes a lot more what it needs to be, which is a dogfighter. Ironically, one of the very few dogfighters I've ever had in IVPAC, my IVPAC history. But anyway, guys, it's been an hour. I want to keep it at that because I like keeping this show short. We had a good talk. I thank you people for coming out. I thank y'all people for watching. Come back to us. We will get some videos out. Even though I'm going to be stuck in this hellhole for the next 3 months, I will be able to get some recordings up. Should have my days. Hopefully I won't be like asleep all day fucking long. Yeah. And yes, please, Abby, yeah, like I said, give us some shorts. You can hit the bullet points, but if you want, put a little video up there, show us building it, and show us how it flies, and we'll be able to tell you what the hell I'm hoping to do. Like I said, we'll be able to tell you what's wrong with it. Yeah, and where the hell is your channel? You got a channel? Because you had a channel, but is it the same channel? Whatever. Like I said, link to it so we know, and we'll find it, and like I said, we'll help you out with it, because I know we can figure it out. You telling us it sucked versus showing it would help a great deal, So, guys, thanks a lot. Thanks for coming out. We'll be back, and hopefully with more people. So, yeah.